Hi everyone, it's Lisa. Thanks for joining me today. Welcome to my sewing layer. I was moving some things around in my sewing layer and I had a structural event and I wanted to share it with you because I'm sure I'm not the only person that uses a dining room table with extensions as a sewing table. This happens to be my Pennsylvania house. It's a solid cherry table. It's made pretty well, but and it has two leaves on it, so it gives me a really large sewing surface. And I did notice that when it was fully extended, and these are the extensions here. So now I want you to note, if you're not using extensions, you have all of this support if this is pulled in and you don't have any leaves in. So each time that you extend your table and put a leaf in, you have less and less support. So I had my table fully, this is about one width, one leaves that would go in. I actually have two. So this would, go one way or the other for an additional space. And the more you go out, the less support that you have. Well, your dining room table is not meant to support 50, 60 pounds or 30 pounds on an ongoing basis for your family dinner. So if you have a machine that happens to be in the middle of your table for a longer period of time, it's going to create some stress. And that stress comes from the fact that it's not a very long screw that is holding your piece in place. So let's, for example, there are 3 holes here, and when it's fully extended, you have 1, 2, 3 holes, but the screw itself is not very long. So you don't have but maybe this much of a screw that's in your wood. So as it's extended, each time you extend it, I don't want to move this too far back, but this is the full extension here, you can see you have a lot less support when it's fully extended than if it's not. So if you don't extend your table and your table's together, you have all of this that's supporting it, and you shouldn't have a problem. But I had it extended all the way. I noticed that it was buckling, and I actually did have 2 supports underneath it. When I was moving my table and I had to move my supports, and thankfully I did not have my machine on it, my table basically imploded. And it imploded because each of these screws, I had 6 screws that basically just got pulled out. So consider the safety of your machine and yourself. I mean, if this imploded on your lap, that would be a problem. But take a look at it and see if you need to bolster the middle of your table at all. This is the piece of solid oak that's part of it's one half of a pedestal that I had wedged up that created the support that I needed that spanned my machine. So that supported my table. I have 2 of these, and when I moved this brace, then all hell broke loose. So I need to get that fixed because I do depend on this table in my sewing room. But make a little safety check if you're doing the same and have an extended table. Look at it and make sure that the middle is not sagging. And if you have to put some support underneath it, there's a lot of easy ways to do that. Thanks for joining me today.